Hi and welcome to School of Addiction. Today's topic is no excuse is the only excuse in addiction recovery. So for those who are new to the channel, my name is Ashley Bloxham. I'm a therapist. I specialise in childhood and trauma, but I'm also an addictions counsellor. I've overcame addiction. I think that is the most important qualification I've got to be talking about. Addiction and recovery, and I also know what it's like to have a loved one who's struggling with it. So, and I've studied it right the way up to PhD level. So literally full rounded view of it. So today's topic is no excuse is the only excuse that we're going to be entering our vocabulary when it comes to addiction recovery. So the inspiration for that is that my son is off school ill today, and I always try and show up for you guys because it is a case of just showing up even when things are hard, even when it's difficult, even when the odds are stacked against you. So just showing up is so important. And the thing is, we can make up all the excuses in the world and they can be very valid excuses, aka my son's off school, can't show up, or in terms of addiction recovery, well, and now my life's just like burned down, there's no reason for me to do this, life's so rubbish. It's still no excuse. You have to just say, this is not an excuse, this is just something trying to hold us back, and I need to keep driving myself forward because there's going to be something great on the other side of it. It really is. So how do we frame this if we're really feeling like I can't do this, like I literally can't do it? What do? We just have to take a deep breath, so regulate your nervous system and just say, that excuse is not worth fucking my life up. Come, let's go to the drawing board, decide what we're going to do and do the other thing. Just show up. I don't know if, though, I've got no sound. Hi, if I know someone's watching, can you hear us? Because I feel like there might be an issue with me sound going on. Hi, the Terminator. Can you hear what I'm saying? I've had any issues with my phone. If you can't hear us, can you let us know and I'll restart it? Yeah, so it's really important that we just don't let any excuse fly when it comes to addiction recovery. You can't hear us, that's brilliant. So we just don't let any hi Guy, how are you doing? We don't let any excuse fly. Your brain is going to try and find so many goddamn excuses. It's going to say, and there's some of them are so lame. Some of the reasons why you should relapse, the little voice in your head will tell you, are so lame. But it's going to be the big things. It's going to be, oh, well, I've done 3 months, therefore I can be cocky and I can do it again. It's just, there's always going to be excuses, and we just have to show up. We really do, and we'll have to do our best, and it might not be to the full capacity. So like I said, today I'm showing up for you guys. My son's off unwell, he's 4. There's a good chance he's going to interrupt any minute now. So it might not be to your best of your capacity, but just showing up, no excuses, just show up because people need you need you, the future you really needs you. See what people are saying. Thanks for saying you can hear us, Guy. Yeah, for some reason it just didn't work yesterday, and then hardly anyone was on this morning, so I was like, oh, maybe it's not working again. I am not Scottish or Irish, I'm Newcastle. I'm a Geordie. Roses are red, violets are blue. Addiction is a mental weakness. Never let it fool you. It will try and weaken you. It will attack you from all angles. It honestly will try and use any excuse. Like, I've never heard so much ridiculousness come out of my brain as when I tried to quit ketamine, and the stuff it was telling us. Even just I've quit vaping, I'm nearly on day 3 of not vaping. Like 11 o'clock tonight will be day 3. And honestly, some of the fucking excuses that my brain's told us to have a vape, it's pathetic. But it's about recognizing that this is just a thought and a feeling and a craving, and it may be strong and it may be fucking horrible, but I'm stronger, so I'm just gonna get through it. There's no excuse to just do it. We've just gotta be strong, guys. Yeah, guys said if anyone wants support, go to my website, which I'm going to try and pin that comment. It's all free. I don't charge anyone. And if you could give us a subscribe, that's a free way to help the channel get to I need though. Tommy's, good morning from very sunny but very cold Sweden. Have a nice day. Or at least it's sunny. Ours is just cold in Newcastle. Hello, meow. Hello. Grandma's I've just got you getting called grandma. Did it hurt when you fell out the sky? No, it never happened. It just did not happen. Did not occur over in this neck of the woods. What is the time? It's 10:10. I'm honestly waiting for my son to come up any second now. The fact he's even letting us do this for 5 minutes has been a miracle. Good morning, New York. From New York. I love your accent. Thank you. Hello from Newcastle. The poor gambler saying crack addict here. I'm so sorry to hear that. Would you like some support with that? The poor gambler. If you do, just go to my website. If you're not quite ready for support, what I'd try and do though is try and work on stabilizing your nervous system and trying to get things in your life which doesn't involve crack, and reconnect with people who don't involve crack, and just try and build a life that's sort of try and get a life together so that when you are ready to leave the thing, there's a semi-life ready to step into, where you just need to go into that life and double down. So if anyone's sat there and they're not quite ready to stop yet, think, okay, let's prepare my body and prepare my environment, prepare my mind for being a person who's going to stop. So do introduce things which don't involve the things. So in this case, crack. It could be anything. It could be drinking, whatever. So you're getting this life ready that is like the life that is in alignment to somebody who doesn't take crack every day, so that when you are ready, you've got this ready, you just step into it, you just double the fuck down and build this life and help this life flourish. I would say is good advice if you don't want that support just yet. Mustache, PTSD, Ignacy's rise to addiction. What do you mean Ignacy's rise to addiction? I've not heard that word before, Ignacy's. With risk of sounding a bit dumb, I don't know what that word means. Can you let us know? But if you're talking about the link between PTSD and addiction, it's huge. Absolutely huge. Anon is saying, I'm addicted to coffee. It's a nasty problem ruining my life. So I would try, what's a really good thing to do is try and reduce it down, first of all. So with coffee, if it can be quite physically addictive in a way, because like, for instance, if you don't, so say you drink coffee every morning, your brain prepares for it, so you start to get a headache when you don't drink it, because it's something like how it narrows the blood vessels or something. I can't remember which way around it is. Because it widens the blood vessels. I think it narrows it because your blood's going to pump thinner. So when you change it, I can't remember which way around it is, but basically when you change it, it's like there's too much blood for the blood vessels, so you get a headache. So it's really careful if you're going to do that. I would say to try and reduce down the amount of coffee you have in your cup. So have like a third of a teaspoon, then a half of a teaspoon, or have half a cup of coffee. So tip half of it out and just try and reduce down the amount you have. Maybe sometimes have caffeine free, or have half a spoon of caffeine free, half a spoonful of normal. Decaf coffee is actually really good for you. It's got a lot of benefits, coffee. It's an antioxidant and there's a lot of benefits for it. It's a great source of fibre. And actually, sadly, it's the biggest source of fibre for a lot of Americans that they have. So coffee can be good, but maybe switch up to decaffeinated and slowly switch, I would say, would be my my advice for that. Why needs to say why is England fallen so hard politically and culturally? I just don't follow I don't follow what's going on in the UK. I try not to think about what's going on in the state of the world. I find it very depressing. And the thing is, just being depressed all the time, like sitting there thinking like, oh, this and that's going on that's completely out of my control, isn't really good for my mental well-being. So I try to focus on my own little life, what's the politics of Ashley world, and try and make that a nice little place to live. Bryce Dallas Howard is looking rough. Who's Howard? Let's see what else. My ex-girlfriend is from Newcastle. Met her in Sydney, Australia. That accent brings back memories. Oh, I hope not. I hope good memories, not triggering memories. Bryce Dallas Howard, I hope you get better. Where's Bryce? I've missed Bryce. What did Bryce say? I hope you get better too, Bryce. I can't see your comment for some reason. It's not there. Michelle's saying bad advice. What would you say the bad advice is? Have you got any better advice? I just finished my beer. Good for you. Robin, I'm so addicted to fentanyl patches and pills. Ideals is saying, would you like some support with that? Ideals. If you do, just go to my website, because I've got somebody who's worked with the hard drugs, so I can get you to the right places, but also get you with somebody who's been there and done that. So fentanyl's not fucking easy. Jane, I've never even, to be honest with you, I've never even heard of the patches. Is that something that you put on to get off fentanyl, or is it just a form of having fentanyl? Jamie Lee, good morning. I'm an addict myself and I haven't used intravenous for 15 years plus. Good to see someone talking about addiction. Thank you. And hey, that's some fucking shit, 15 years. Jamie Lee, have you got any tips for anyone who's listening? Because you're an absolute legend by the sounds of it. Chris, I could really do need some support with addiction, babe. Can you send me a link or can you give me some info? Yeah, Chris, go to my website, schoolofaddiction.co.uk, and send us a message. If you've already sent us one, I will be picking it up today because there's a few messages I've got to get back to. What's my story, Tom Keenan? So basically, oh God, that's a big question, to be honest with you. So I basically had a ketamine addiction. Before that, so the whole of my 20s, early 30s, I used to just be wrecked. On something like some kind of recreational drug or alcohol or both. So I've experienced like quite a lot of childhood trauma, and I've also experienced sexual abuse. So I think that was a huge contributing factor to my addiction, to be honest with you. But also I'm undiagnosed ADHD, bipolar and autism. So I think there was my life was a perfect storm for addiction. I was studying to be an addictions therapist before I actually developed my addiction. So like I say, I used to get wrecked and drunk all the time, and I was studying to be an addictions therapist then. And then I ended up having an addiction when I started learning about PTSD and trauma to be a therapist, and I ended up like having PTSD flashbacks, and it was horrible. And that's when my addiction started. And then I ended up quitting ketamine. So I ended up quitting ketamine when I got pregnant. I relapsed once during pregnancy and twice in the first year of my son's life. I then managed to stop, became a single parent, got sectioned, got diagnosed with loads of things, and here I am today in front of you. It's just, so I had to build my life up from the fucking ruins that it was for me and my son, and I'm just living my best life, and I'm just teaching everything that I've learned through addiction and being a therapist and through my own experience with you guys. So that is my story in a very quick nutshell. Yeah. There's so many over-the-counter products you can get to help you stop smoking, but nothing that I can think of for cutting out alcohol. David Pollard, have you heard of the Sinclair method? So there is medication that you can get to help with alcohol. It's about going to your GP. Try typing in the Sinclair method into Google. Also, I'll go through it with you, but there's medications that you can have which stop you, and there's also medications that you can have which support you as well. So yeah, I think it's about reaching out. I think this is one of the biggest fears we have, guys, is we're so scared to reach out for services because of addiction, because of the stigma, that actually what we end up doing is keeping ourselves stuck. So for me, it wasn't so much that I needed to reach out to services, but I was so scared to tell anyone that I was struggling with addiction, that I was saying stuck in addiction. But as soon as I reached out and told people that, like, I've got a problem, it became easier. I got contained. I had people to support us. I asked my family if I could do drugs tests for the first few months to keep us accountable. So whether it's services or loved ones, sometimes we're so scared to reach out and say, I've got an addiction, because we're so scared about how that'll be received that keeps us stuck. One thing I will say, though, is that I did reach out to the wrong people. Some people weren't the right people, so you've got to be careful about who you're picking. Is it someone I can definitely trust? Because some people did kick us while I was down, and that really was awful. It sent us suicidal. So I would say services is a really good place to go, because they're trained and they should be non-judgmental. But yeah, there are absolute medications you can use, David. Skylar is saying, any knowledge on supported living, as I have a social worker advice. I don't know anything about that. One thing I really don't want to do is bullshit people on this channel, because I think there's so many health and wellness idiots just talking shite. So I don't want to answer something I don't know, sorry. But I would imagine that your social worker would be a good place. If not, I mean, I know this is really like low level, but a good starting place is AI. Get on AI and then see where to go to get the right information. So like in the UK, we have Citizen Advice Bureau. I mean, it's absolutely shocking, to be honest with you. I've used it a few times myself, but there's things like that. Ideal is saying, Ideals started on pain pills and needles 40 years ago. I'm the worst closet junkie in the world, probably equivalent to 1,000 milligrams of morphine per day. I'm really sorry to hear that you're going through that. Do you want a one-to-one, Ideals? Again, I would say though, you know, working with a service, we could try and like reduce that down. I mean, one thing you've said there is that you're a closet junkie, and as somebody who also was a closet junkie, you know, that can be a really dangerous spot to live in, because we're just doing it by ourselves, or we're doing it the only people we're surrounding ourselves is other people who are doing the same. So, and that's not really helpful for getting us out of it. We need to be around like-minded people to try and say, okay, I'm going to be more like that. And talking about it really does help. Makita saying, why do I deserve the wound? You don't deserve the wound. Nobody deserves the wound. We don't ever deserve the wounds that we've got. And like, look, I would say everybody's got wounds. Nobody comes out of life on this unscathed. You don't deserve the wound, but I would argue that even though it's not our fault, it is our responsibility. Do you know what I mean? We can't change what life's thrown at us, but we can change how our life moves forward, what we do with the shit that we're dealt and the cards that we're dealt. And you know, that's so important, that because it's such an empowering feeling when you take control and say, right, I can't change that. That's like happened. It's shit. I didn't deserve it, but let's crack on anyways and let's see what I'm made of. And it's such a good feeling at the end of that if you can just keep powering through. Shikra is saying the best way to get over an ex is find a hobby. Yes, it is. I'm currently doing that, and I've got to say my saving grace has been jiu-jitsu. So I already had the hobby, but I've been like, so one of the things I was doing was doom scrolling, and that was not good. Doom scrolling was just like not good for my brain, so I switched up my algorithm to, well, I went on my Instagram algorithm, which is all jiu-jitsu, and I've got this like monkey teddy, and I've just been practicing on it non-stop, and it's really good. You start to feel good about yourself. So not only are you sitting there getting over the ex, but you're also improving. So you're becoming a better version of yourself, and you get to be like, thank you. Thanks for that, because if that didn't happen, this would happen. And you can apply this to addiction recovery. Just become the best version of yourself. You know, so part of the addiction recovery can be proving people wrong, because you've got people, I know this, we've had people who said they're the closet, in the closet. I suppose it wouldn't apply to that closet addiction, but if you've been outward addiction and you've had people assume that you're not going to win, who've called you names, who've judged you, shamed you, whatever, you just get to like just double down on yourself, like just keep getting better at hobbies, make yourself your hobby, like become your own special interest. Like, I'm going to make myself feel mint every single day and do whatever I can to feel great and to win at life, and that includes hobbies and building up skills. But yeah, I would say, best way to get over an ex is find a hobby and also pour into yourself. Make your life so mint that you're like, when that ended, my life turned around for the best, and now I'm thriving. Oh, Paddy the Baddie, so he's saying, I'm not a scouse, but I do fucking love Paddy the Baddie. He's mint. Menno's saying, I just want to say a quick hi to you. Hi. Addiction is an illusion. Mind over matter is the solution. Yeah, it's just a neural pathway. It's just a way of being. Like, I'm doing it literally in real time now. I'm getting over vaping, and look, I've gotten over a drug addiction. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend it's in the same league. It's not, but it's fucking hard. It's really hard because I've got zero motivation. You've had a poo. 2 seconds. Right, I did say my son's off school, he's been unwell. I thought I would get about 5 minutes. We've got until 22 minutes and I'm being summoned to go and wipe an arse. So anyways, I'm going to go and wipe that arse. But yeah, the whole point I came on today is there is no excuse, even if your son is downstairs. Breaking news, my son here house greased. Breaking news, my son needs his arse wiped. If he bent over waiting for his guys, I'm gonna have to go do it. He's 16, by the way. No, I'm joking, he's 4. Yeah, the whole point of this was, I can't come back. I can't come back. The whole point was that of this, I'm just laughing at the thought of him bent over waiting for us to wipe it. The whole point of this was just, there is no excuse to not show up for addiction recovery. So I've shown up, even though my son's off school today. I'm gonna have to go wipe his arse, but thanks for everyone who showed up. Please, he can't talk, but he needs to wipe his arse. He's 4 years old. Cut him some slacks. Look, can you get a wipe? Right, I no more boys' bums have been wiped apart from my son's. Anyways, I'll see you later. Give us a subscribe if you can, please. It'll help the channel. Bye.